All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of the American Mates. Today, we're going to be putting together our Portugal squads for the 2026 World Cup, and also putting together our lineups for how we think they should and will line up for the first match of the World Cup. Joey, if you want to lead off with your squad, and then your starting 11.
Yeah, so my squad, goalies, pretty regular. Diogo Costa, José Sá, and Rui Silva. Center backs, I have Ruben Diaz, Gonçalo Inácio, Antonio Silva, and Totti Gomes. And then I'm bringing two right backs, two left backs, João Cancelo and Diogo Dalot. And then left backs are Nunes and Renato Veiga. And then my midfield is João Palhinha, Ruben Neves, Vitinha, João Neves, Bernardo Silva, and Bruno Fernandes. And then for the forwards, I'm bringing Cristiano Ronaldo, Gonçalo Ramos, Rafael Leao, João Felix, Pedro Neto, Chico Conceição, Francesco Trincão, Rodrigo Moura, and Giovanni Kenda. So a
Okay,
little
I like it.
forward heavy, but it's all right.
Nothing wrong with that. I don't mind it at all. We actually have pretty similar teams. Go ahead and announce your starting 11 for that first match.
So I'm going Diogo Costa in net. And then right back is going to be João Cancelo. And then center back is going to be Ruben Diaz. And then the other center back is going to be Gonçalo Inácio. Left back, Nunes. And then midfield, Vitinha, João Neves, and Bruno Fernandes. Right wing, I'm going to go Bernardo Silva.
Jesus Christ.
Starting. And then Gonçalo Ramos up top because Ronaldo is going to be banned. And then left wing, Rafael Leao. So the reason I have Bernardo Silva, I don't think is good enough to come off the bench and do something because he's too slow and old. So he needs to start. Also, he has a good connection with João Cancelo at right back. And then you bring on guys like Neto and Conceição off the bench, maybe Trincão. I don't think Moura and Kenda are going to get in that much unless we get against a shitter winning 4-0, we sub them in, but I think they're just kind of there just to get the experience of playing, but yeah. I brought Renato Veiga as a left back because I think again, if we're in a game, we need to defend the lead, we're kind of defending a lot. Obviously Nunes is a great defender, but bring on another good defender in Renato Veiga. And then obviously we have João Palhinha and Ruben Neves. Again, if we need to hold a lead, wouldn't want anybody else in the midfield besides them.
The modern day William Carvalho, Neil.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
I like
Ethan,
it.
Mason,
I think it's solid.
Any takes on this?
No, I was pleasantly surprised. I got a few things different in my own. Obviously, I don't want to just say what I had different because that would defeat me saying mine later. But
pretty standard.
yeah,
Pretty standard what we've been doing.
I feel like this would be an expected Portugal lineup. Nothing shocks me here in terms of starting.
If I opened up FOTMob an hour before the first match and saw this, I wouldn't be that pissed.
No, yeah.
Well, the thing is, I feel like we've tried subbing on Leao, and it just doesn't work. He needs to start because his coming off the bench, I don't know if he gets lazy or whatever it is, but I feel like Neto and Conceição, they come off the bench and they actually can do something, whereas I think Leao doesn't do that much off the bench.
Did he start that the France game, the semifinals of the Euro or the quarterfinals? He might have.
I don't remember.
I actually don't remember. No, in the Euros, you're saying, right? When we lost
in the Euros. Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that was probably his best game he's probably ever played for Portugal. If
Yeah,
I'm
he
going to
played
be
pretty well.
completely honest, that was probably the best game I've ever seen him play.
Man, there's a player in there, and I just wish it came out more.
Yeah, 100%. Hey, maybe
Great.
All
this is
right,
his.
what'd you say?
I said maybe this is his World Cup.
Hey,
It could be.
Shadow,
very-
It could
shadow
be.
of Ronaldo.
no,
It's
this
too
could be
big.
anybody's World Cup this time. Should I clear
Could
the
be.
lineup for whoever's next, or
Yeah,
just start
clear it,
fresh for
clear it.
each one? All right.
Yeah.
Any takers for next up, or
Oh yeah, I'll go. I don't
all right.
mind. All right, everybody. So not too many differences, but I'm gonna go here. 3 goalkeepers. I have Diogo Costa, José Sá, Rui Silva. My defenders. I have Ruben Dias, Gonçalo Inácio, Renato Veiga, Tiago Gabriel, Nuno Mendes, João Cancelo, Diogo Dalot, and Rafael Guerreiro. My midfielders, I have Bruno Fernandes, Vitinha, João Neves, Bernardo Silva, João Palhinha, Ruben Neves, and Rodrigo Mora. My attackers, I have Cristiano Ronaldo, Gonçalo Ramos, Pedro Neto, João Felix, Rafael Leao, Francisco Trincão, Francisco Conceição, and Giovanni Kenda.
I was waiting for Conceição. I was about to crash out.
Yeah.
I thought it wasn't coming.
No. He's there. I think he's actually one of our most important players in the tournament. Reason for before I give out the lineup, just so we don't kind of forget some of the bench guys I mentioned. Tiago Gabriel, I know Ethan has mentioned it, and I've been kind of following him a little bit closer now. He's 6'4". He's been having a good season so far in Serie A for Lecce. Kind of going under the radar, but he is playing for the U21s, and he starts for them. As a Benfica fan, I watched Majarouche and Antonio Silva every single week. I would never feel confident having them in the game for the Seleção. So that's why I'm going with Tiago Gabriel. The fullback situation, I have my 2 starters. I don't mind Nelson Smith going if he gets called up, but I actually think to keep players playing on their preferred sides, I think Rafael Guerreiro can come in. He's been quietly having a good start to the season for Bayern. He doesn't start every game. He has a goal and 2 assists with barely ever playing 90 minutes. So I think he can bring that experience. He's been on a team that has won. I wouldn't mind calling him up. And then Rodrigo Mora and Kenda are just too good for the U21s. I think we have more of an opportunity to bring them just for the experience than bringing a guy like Bott or someone who's kind of getting on the older side. And I think honestly, Mora and Kenda can affect games more than a guy like Pedro Gonçalves. But not to spend too much time on the bench, now to get to the starting 11. In net, I have Diogo Costa. At right back, I have João Cancelo. Right center back, I have Ruben Dias. Left center back, I have Renato Veiga. Left back, I have Nuno Mendes. And then center midfielder, I have Vitinha. I have João Neves as the right center mid. Bruno Fernandes as the left center mid. I have Rafael Leao as the left winger. Gonçalo Ramos as the striker. And Pedro Neto as the right winger. I think guys like Bernardo Silva, Francisco Conceição can all come off the bench for the wingers. I actually prefer Bernardo going against tired legs as opposed to the beginning of the match. I think if you need some sort of creativity, he's not the most creative, but he'll go in there and he'll run his ass off. So, and he does play for City at the end of the day. He has that experience. So, And then kind of what Joey was saying, João Palhinha and also Ruben Neves. I don't mind going in there to hold the result. And then yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
Like it. I like it. Solid squad. I
Yeah.
like it a lot, actually.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go next. I'll clear this, and then I'll say who I brought. So, starting with the goalies, keeping this in a similar format. I got Diogo Costa, Rui Silva, and José Sá, similar to probably all of us, unless Ethan throws us a Braga B curveball at the end. But it kind of just makes the most sense. Doesn't need a lot of explaining. Defenders, I have Ruben Dias, Renato Veiga, João Cancelo, Nuno Mendes, Antonio Silva, Gonçalo Inácio, Diogo Dalot, and my curveball. Because if I don't put on for my team, who else will? I got Alberto Costa because I love him and I think he's nasty. And this
Okay.
is if I was the coach. So if I was the coach, he would have already been called up. In a
play Alberto Costa.
In a realistic world, do I want to just throw him on his debut in the World Cup? Not really. But if I was the coach, which is what this video basically is, he would have been called up by now. So that's my take on him. Carrying on. Midfield, I got Ruben Neves, Mateus Nunes, João Palhinha, Bernardo Silva, Rodrigo Moura, Vitinha, João Neves, Bruno. And then attack, I got Rafa Leão, Gonçalo Ramos, Pedro Neto, Nico Conceição, Trincão, João Felix, and Ronaldo. So that's my full squad. I'm gonna now put it in a lineup. This might look like something you've seen before. But
yeah, you probably won't have to search any of these guys.
No, yeah, I won't. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, me and Sam have the exact same lineup, so it's nothing super exciting, nothing super different than what you just saw. But nonetheless, I agree with it. I think it's a good lineup. I kind of like it. Start. I have a similar take with Bernardo Silva on the right. I don't like him out there anymore. He's getting older and slower, and we can't give medals to yesterday's heroes. I don't think it's 2021 anymore. He's very good, great player. It actually kind of makes me sad that he's not starting, but if anything, I would want him somewhere in the midfield, and it's like, these three are just too good that I'm not going to take anyone out for Bernardo Silva. That's kind of the way I look at it. We got good pace here to help create on the wings. Also just kind of like, I feel like there's some like good diversity in the back. João Cancelo can kind of play both sides. Diogo Dalot, who I brought, can kind of play either side. Renato Veiga can move out here. Ruben Neves can play center back. Like, that's kind of what I look for when you only have these limited squads. I kind of like guys who can play a little bit of everywhere. Alberto Costa is probably my one hot take for the most part. I just think he's nasty going forward with the ball. Not better than João Cancelo, really, but you know, maybe a guy goes down or something. You never know. I would probably, I guess the only thing I really had different too was Bruno going, like, I would probably just have him like here and them kind of staggered behind him, but I don't think it's that important who goes where, because ideally they're all going to be moving around anyway. But yeah, I like Ronaldo off the bench. I think even when he's not suspended, to be honest, I look at it and I'm like, it's tough to say. He's clutch, you know. I don't know if he holds us back.
Do it off the bench.
Maybe
he gets pissed.
Well,
he doesn't want to play.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Know. It's
gonna be drama for sure when that comes around.
Like Gonçalo Ramos really isn't that good. Like, he got a Mickey Mouse goal against Armenia. True. They fucking passed him the ball.
All right, but we're not basing his performance off one game that he scored.
Yeah,
he's the only striker that can start.
I look at it too, like, if we're talking about Armenia, Bruno wouldn't have taken the pens, which he did. I mean, you could argue Ronaldo would have scored them anyway, even though recently for Portugal his penalties have been questionable. I also look at it as João Neves wouldn't have taken that free kick that he banged in, which was nasty. So like I don't know. It's tough for me to say.
He might be the ticket taken just because of that goal.
I literally he lined up for the free kick. It was him and it was Brun. And I go, why is João Neves lining up? I've never seen this guy take a free kick in my life.
But also that free kick, it's against the wall. First of all, didn't really jump. The goalie didn't move. The goalie didn't even try and save it. He just stood still.
Because he froze. Did you see that shot?
I don't think any goalie is gonna save that. I don't think any goalie is gonna save that.
João Neves is 1 for 1.
I think, I'm not it was a good free kick, but I think a decent goalie would get a hand to it.
I don't know, man. I haven't seen Ronaldo score a free kick since 2018 against Spain.
No, I understand that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's fair.
Dude, even Nuno Mendes, he's got a good free kick.
He does. That is true. Nuno Mendes is the best left back of all time, and if anyone disagrees, they can argue with someone else because that's my stance, and I'll die on that hill.
I don't mind that.
Chico Conceição, as a Porto fan, even though I like to put on for my guys, I like him better off the bench. I know some Portugal or Porto fans want to see him start because of how good he is. I feel like he bleeds it for Portugal, but I like his energy off the bench. He's just a ball of energy off the bench.
Good off the bench.
I agree. I thought Mora was going to be a bit more of a hot take, but it seems like so far we all kind of agree.
You need to bring a guy like that just to experience the tournament and
see him and Kenda are the future of the national team.
Yeah,
that's right. You left out Kenda.
I did. He was on there too, and I don't know. I ended up putting João Felix over him. I did bring. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Did you guys not bring Mateus Nunes? Was that where we were different?
I did not bring Mateus
because he's been playing right back, so I considered him as a defender.
Yeah, that was the thing. Well, yeah, true. I kind of
and also I don't see a point of bringing more midfielders because it's Vitinha can pretty much play 90 minutes. João Neves can play 90 minutes. Bruno can play 90 minutes. And, if you do sub them off, you have Ruben Neves and João Paulinho and Bernardo Silva. Mm-hmm. It's I don't see Mateus.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
I'd say one thing I really like about this team, and I think it's extremely important in such short tournaments like this, a lot of our guys are versatile.
Dude, yeah.
They can play a lot of different positions, and I think that's one of the most important things in tournaments like this.
Even just off the bench, Ruben Neves can play center back anywhere in the midfield. Bernardo can play wing midfield. Trincão can play the 10, the 9, the wing.
João Neves has played right back in big games for the Seleção already.
Yep. João Felix can play 10, 9, wing.
Exactly.
Mora can play center mid, center attacking mid, wing, striker.
Mm-hmm. It's a very versatile group, and I think this is the best chance we've ever had.
100%. Ethan?
All right, Ethan.
The stage is yours.
All right, so my goalie's pretty much the same. Diogo Costa, José Sá, Rui Silva. My defenders, I had João Cancelo, Nuno Mendes, Ruben Dias, Renato Veiga, Diogo Dalot, Gonçalo Inácio, Antonio Silva, and Rafael Guerreiro. I didn't want to bring Antonio Silva, but I don't see any other player we could bring in that backup center back role. So my midfielders, I had Vitinha, João Neves, João Paulinho, Ruben Neves, Rodrigo Moura, Bernardo Silva, and Bruno Fernandes. My forwards, I had Cristiano Ronaldo, Rafael Leao, Francisco Conceição, João Felix, Gonçalo Ramos, Francisco Trincão, Pedro Neto, and Giovanni Kenda. Pretty much the same. Originally, I had Mateus Nunes in just because I feel like there's still a player in there. Obviously, I know sometimes Guardiola leaves him out, brings him in, but I feel like now he's finally gaining his feet back. But I don't think if he were to get called up, I don't think he's gonna play a lot. And then another one I had Porto originally, but I feel like this Porto and Seleção is just I think the train is gone. I don't know. I love watching him play. He's a quality player, but I think it's time to give the youth a shot.
Mm.
I feel like
Bots kind of reminds me of like Ricard Horta back in the day on the Seleção.
Mm-hmm. I feel like recently we've been given like, look at Conceição, for example. Conceição, 18 years old, came on in the Euros and he was probably one of our best players, and he was only 18 years old. So
was he only 18?
Or maybe he was like he was young. He was young.
He might have been 19,
yeah. I mean,
but still.
I think he's like 24 right now.
Dude.
Is he really already that old?
I think he's like 24.
Oh, sorry. All right. Okay. He was still young. That was his first game for Portugal.
No, he's 22.
Yeah, no,
he's 22.
He showed up.
Sorry.
Okay, so he was 20. He was 20 at the Euros.
Dude, I wish Ricard Horta would come for the squad.
Hey, he bagged at the last World Cup.
He's nasty, that's why.
I'm pretty sure he did, if I remember, against Korea in the last group stage game.
I love that guy.
All right, for my starting 11, I think it's pretty much the same. Diogo Costa in net, João Cancelo at right back, Ruben Dias and Renato Veiga at center back, Nuno Mendes at left back, Vitinha, João Neves, and Bruno Fernandes in the midfield. Then up front, I opted for Leao, Gonçalo Ramos, and Bernardo Silva.
Another Bernardo Silva.
I feel like playing with Bernardo Silva as opposed to Pedro Neto, it just gives them a different look. Like I think Neto could start, but I feel like him and Leao are too they're just gonna go and run. I feel like if you give him the ball, he can slow it. It just gives the defenders a little different look, just to kind of slow it down a little bit, so we're not always just bombing upfield. But
that's valid.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Veiga, I think Vega's our best center back, hands down.
He's class.
I agree.
I can't believe Chelsea got rid of him.
I can't either. He's very good. He's still young too, right? He's only 21, 22, something like that.
Yeah, he's
older than I thought.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's 24.
Yeah,
no, I thought he was younger than me.
I don't know. Sporting let him go a while ago.
He's 22.
He was on top for a few
22.
years.
Yeah, he was a 2003 baby.
Yeah, he's class. He's in when he's been playing for Portugal recently, he's been good. I've been very impressed with him.
But this could be a big World Cup for a lot of guys.
Yeah, no, I think so for sure.
Ruben Dias, I feel like Ruben Dias especially, he's let us down a lot recently. We can talk about the Morocco game, but we won't talk about that too much.
What about Diogo Costa guy?
Hey, Diogo Costa performs for the Seleção.
Yeah,
come on.
He does.
I'm just saying, he got out-jumped by a guy who can't use his hands.
That game, man.
Ruben Dias didn't get off the ground. Maybe if he got off the ground.
That is true as well, but it's because at Man City they don't do any gym training. They're too focused with the
I think we all can agree that our ceiling here is a win of the tournament. What would you guys say the floor is?
Quarterfinals.
Yeah, I would say quarterfinals.
I think it's easy for people to be negative and say something stupid, but I don't see us crashing and burning early. Quarterfinals.
No, especially with the new World Cup format. These teams that are qualifying, we're gonna steamroll them.
If the Football Manager simulations are anything like real life, the groups will be horrendous. Some of the groups
We'll see though. I mean, I'm kind of on the same boat. I think quarterfinals. I'd be very disappointed if they don't make the semis at minimum.
Yeah,
it's World Cup or bust for Portugal.
If it's the Euros and we get France, it's but you could see why, how you could see. All right, we lose to a good team, but it's just the luck of the team at the end of the day.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think we're definitely stronger since last Euro.
Yeah,
I think so too.
I think this is might be. It's crazy to say it this early, maybe, but it's the strongest Portugal team of my life. It might be the strongest Portugal team ever. I don't know if that's a ridiculous take, but I think it easily is.
It's the strongest team ever.
Yeah.
We have guys everywhere.
2006 was class.
Yeah, that era of Portugal was good. I just don't think they were as deep.
Yeah, and I think the players are just better. Like Mason said, Nunes Mensch he's the best left back in the world right now, and he's probably if his career takes off, could probably be the best left back ever. And then we have Vitinha and João Neves, who are freaking class, and they play with each other every single day.
Yeah. Don't forget, we still got freaking CR7, man.
And we have the greatest goal scorer of all time on our team.
We do.
Sometimes it is frustrating watching him go out there and you know what he once did and he just doesn't do that anymore. But like Nations League final, we needed a goal. He still scored.
He shows up all the time.
Exactly.
Maybe not all the time, but a lot of times.
All the time. He shows up all the time.
Last time he showed up, he elbowed the Irish center back straight in the chest.
Love him or hate him, he's ours.
I've seen players do worse and not get sent off.
Yeah, Messi throws elbows. He don't get red cards. I'm just saying.
Dude, the TikTok comments are going to rip you up.
All right, everybody. Well, all right, so that concludes our episode here for the World Cup 2026 Portugal squad. Make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, check us out on Instagram and TikTok, and we'll see you again next week.
It's coming home.